Hello everyone, welcome to another video. We have a snow scene here, a warm snow scene. We're going to use warmer colors with this painting. I'm working with some cat yellow and white. And we're going to drop the sky. It's kind of sunsetty snow scene. I'm bringing some white into my yellow and just apply on the canvas and try to get a good blend. Now I'm gonna bring in some pink and mix in with that yellow and white on my palette that you don't see. And get a good blend over here as well. A bit more white with that pink, a bit too strong. And continuing with the same colors. And getting a soft blend over here. Now I'm gonna dab into my purple. Now my purple is tinted with some white. I'm bringing my purple up here, maybe a bit too light over here. Let's add some more darker purple to it. And we're gonna have this purple for the rest of the sky. And back to our pink, just bring it in, get a nice blend here, create a soft transition in the sky. We can add some blue, maybe we can bring in some blue, too strong, that's ultramarine blue by the way. Bit lighter. Just up there, a hint of blue. And I'm gonna work with my purple again. I'm bringing in my purple into the blue for some transition of color. I don't want to kill that sketch. and maybe some darker blue for the corners. Right up there. And back to my purple. Now I have all these colors pre-mixed. This is my blue. And this is my purple. You could use these cups, these small cups, and mix in your paint. This is a darker purple, and they come with these plastic caps. So when you're done painting, you could just go ahead, put the cap back on. This is airtight, so this way you don't waste paint, and you can paint faster. With a liner brush, just go ahead and indicate some of these branches so I know where they are, part of the trunk. Alright, good. So this should be a bit darker value. Than my sky. And I'm really worried about the outside edge of it more than what happens inside. Continuing with the same colors. Now I'm gonna go a bit darker here, so add a little more darker purple and black. And I'm gonna come here. I hate painting around things. Tree right behind this country home. I'm gonna bring in some of that purple, some of that pink that we used for the sky, and go ahead with a lighter value, indicate these trees. We're gonna go ahead highlight it when we drop the impression of snow, so they're going to be a bit lighter. Now I don't want to use the same brush for this part because it's creating the same texture as we created over here. I'm going to switch to a mop brush. I want to create a bit softer texture in the background, to be able to push these things back using warm color. So already that is working against us. And we're going to continue with the land. And maybe bring a bit of that yellow as well. Drop it in here. Maybe this is some reflection of that sunlight on the snow. It's gonna be a warm snow scene, so I'm gonna bring some of that darker purple and just tap here. I'm just tapping with my mop brush and getting rid of that hard line between my land and the distant trees. Okay, now I'm going to bring in some lighter value of of that purple, maybe add a touch of white to it. And obviously right around here we're gonna use some yellow for those trees. Way into the distance is the sunset, so bring some yellow. And continue. Same colors. This is underpainting for these trees. Alright, with the same fan brush and very light purple, I'm gonna come here and start applying impression of snow on this tree. And soften a few areas as I move. I'm bringing a bit more white into my purple, maybe some yellow for right on the edge over here. Right, this is a backlight, so we're just gonna go ahead and bring our yellowish color for just on the edge of these tree branches, and maybe up here as well. A bit more white, maybe some more yellow. Make a lighter value and just apply at the edge over here, as it may capture some of that sunsetty light. Bringing in my script liner brush, maybe a few branches here and there that is showing through. So we can show that this tree actually has a trunk. Not a bad brush for $1 each. Less than $1 actually. Alright, maybe. One more over here. Back with my snow color. Just going to come here and tap some of that color on this tree. And slowly but surely build up some impression of snow. I don't know how much more. We have to keep working at it until we are either happy with the outcome or we have completely ruined it. If you are painting at home and you reach that stage, you can paint over it. And for me, since I'm filming this, if I ruin it, that's the end of the video. I have to redo it. That's the challenge of these videos. So a bit more purple down here. And a bit more white up here. And I'm gonna wash my brush. I'm gonna pick up some of that darker purple. And I'm gonna go ahead and apply same idea over here. And paint this tree. I'm just gonna bring it up to here, maybe not completely joining the other trees. Maybe this one ends this way. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and apply the mid-tone. A bit white here and there. And always softening some of these hard edges. And for shadow areas, mostly purple, but a bit lighter. So use the corner of the brush and just tap, and just be mindful that you don't kill all the darks. The dark is your friend, as the great Bob Ross used to say. Keep some of that dark and go ahead and create your impression of snow. Now I'm gonna go ahead and apply a bit more darker color over here, as it may not get a lot of light back there, and just soften it. And fade it away. Not much details back there. And a bit more highlights here. And softening a few hard edges. And again, with my liner, script liner brush, very inexpensive script liner brush, I'm just going to come here and drop in some impression of maybe some twigs and branches here and there. What else? Maybe a few here. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the underpainting for this home, this house. Just dropping some colors, you know, blocking the painting. The lighter value of this home, whatever siding it has, whether it's stucco or wood panel, the lighter value is going to be the sienna, and the shadow side is going to be raw umber. I think they're pretty close and complementary, so it will work. Hopefully we're going to have trees here and there. And I'm going to add some black to my raw umber, and I'm going to go a bit darker for under the eaves. And I'm going to bring some more of that umber and transition it. Painting around the door over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue this process and alternating my colors between raw sienna, raw umber, and different shades of it to get variety of colors here, variation of colors and shades and tones. Continuing with the same colors, raw umber, sienna, and black. Getting the excess paint off of my brush, I'm just going to go over a few areas, just softening a few rough edges and get a nice blend here and there, and pull down, maybe impression of wood planks, a bit darker as I mentioned for under the eaves. Maybe bring in some black over here as well, some black. I'm gonna get the the excess paint off of my brush and just come to the edge over here, just blend it out, just softening it, just like that. I'm gonna create impression of a weathered wood. And some shadows, same over here. Get the excess paint off of your brush, go back again, just pull down, just like that. Create some dark under the eaves. Now I'm gonna go ahead and drop impression of snow over the roof, and for that we're gonna use purple, same as the trees. You could use blue and white. I'm gonna use some white as well for the highlights, just to make the snow more believable. So I'm gonna go ahead with some purple first as the underpainting, shadow color. Maybe this is a bit too dark. I'll bring some white into it. It's better. Some impression of snow. A bit white here, apply it directly onto the canvas, and we're going to blend it on the canvas with the underpainting, which is wet. So maybe some impression of snow over here as well. Continuing with purple and white, basically different values of it. I'm gonna go back to my sienna. This is dry now. I'm gonna go ahead, create a bit more highlights over here. Notice I don't pick up a lot of paint. Not that I'm trying to be cheap. You have better control and you achieve better effects when you don't have a lot of paint on your brush. Some raw umber. Blending it with the sienna. I'm going to come here and paint this area as well, the dormer. Same idea, raw umber, sienna. With some cat red and our orange and a liner brush, I'm going to go ahead and indicate some impression of light inside this home. Just using the underpainting. I'm going to bring in some red and then I'm going to work on it and eventually make it a bit lighter. I'm going to bring some orange. Just a bit more here. With the same brush and some turquoise, we're going to go ahead and drop the door. Now I'm going to bring in some purple into this as well, make a darker value of it. A mixture of purple and the turquoise for some shadow color over here to this side. I'm going to go ahead using some black right here. With a mixture of yellow and white, we're going to come here and work on the lights inside this home a bit more. I'm bringing my orange as well. Just working with white, yellow, cat red. And we're gonna let this dry, and then later on we're gonna paint the details for the window. While that dries, with the same brush, some raw umber and black, just gonna come over here and exaggerate that shadow underneath that ear. Bringing some raw umber with another brush, moist brush. I'm gonna go ahead and blend it. Just pull it down. Create impression of maybe a few planks and stuff like that. Soften it. And of course on this side as well, a bit more dark, definitely needs it. Same idea, I'm going to go ahead and blend it and soften it. You don't want your under the eaves color be same as the rest of the home. It's usually darker, especially in the sunset scene, night scene, stuff like that. We're gonna go ahead, paint the chimneys the same way with some black and raw umber. And a small detail brush. Get some black, mixing with that raw umber, make a darker shade of that for this side. Maybe some sienna, just create a bit lighter value on this side. And maybe we drop some snow on the chimney as well. Some white. So we're almost done with the home, and we can go ahead and move on to the rest of the painting. With some black, I'm gonna come here and work on the details for these windows. A bit over here and a bit on this side. And with same color essentially that we used for the door, we're gonna come over here, indicate details for this window. Not too much, because we're really not gonna appreciate much. Just small windows over here. Just indication of some evergreen trees over here. You could go ahead and use use a fan brush if you're more comfortable. Some of this dark color that I'm applying onto the canvas won't show on the camera because the background is also dark. Well, once I highlight it, you can appreciate it better. And we're gonna have one more over here. And some dark over here. Maybe some indication of some bushes and some smaller trees back here as well. Maybe a small tree over here. So I'm just going to indicate a few of these bushes over here. Now I'm going to go ahead, pick up some purple and mix that in with some white. So essentially make a lighter value of that color. And we're going to come here, apply some mid-tone for these trees. Completely random strokes. I've done many of these trees on my channel, different paintings. You could go ahead and watch those if you're interested. I'm just gonna drop in some volume over here. And some more for these trees. And this is just a mid-tone. So I'm going to keep it that way. Now I'm going to bring a little bit more white into my purple. I'm sorry you don't see my palette. That's my purple. And I'm going to mix it in with some white. Basically that's the color I'm going to get. Now if that's too dark, just bring in some more white. So we're going to go ahead and apply some highlights, basically a mixture of purple and white to these trees. And obviously I believe I mentioned it in the beginning. If I haven't, let me mention it again. You can change the colors. You don't have to use purple. You can use blue and white. You could use, you know, just switch the colors for any other color that you like. You know, if you want to do a monochromatic, you can only use 2 or 3 colors. Well, it wouldn't be monochromatic, but you know what I mean, limited palette type of thing. A bit more white over here. A bit more white. Let's go ahead. First of all, let's highlight this tree over here a bit. Highlight this area and then pick up some more white. Maybe it catches some light from the window. Some extra highlights back there. And we're gonna indicate a few bushes over here as well. And basically continuing this process for the whole landscape, for the whole foreground. Maybe some highlights here. Think of your light source, where the light's coming from. Alright, we're going to continue with our sky color over here. Of course, I'm going to bring in my purple as well, some highlights here and there, and simultaneously building up layers and try to get a good blend of this, the impression of the shadow and sunlit snow. So this is the dark for the snow over here. Just gonna apply it that way. Bring some more purple. Work it onto this path. Just be mindful of the lay of the land on your brush stroke. Not this side, maybe it's catching some of that light, so we can bring that in. Some impression of snow, some in the shadows. And we're gonna go ahead, do the same thing over here. Just the brush stroke is different. And some of that yellow. Coming this way. Now before we continue, I'm going to go ahead, use some raw umber and some of that black, and indicate my posts over here for the rail fence that we have here. And we're going to come here and just paint the runners very loosely and impressionistically. Just be mindful of the perspective here. And I'm gonna come over here, some of that purple, indicate some shadow color for the snow. Maybe snow sitting on these runners over here. A bit white. Same brush, just tapping like that. This part of the painting is mostly about shapes. So we're carving out, as the snow is covering these elements over here, just indicating shapes. We don't know what is being covered over here. Maybe there are bushes, maybe pile of firewoods, we don't know. So it's mostly building up layers over here and highlighting, playing with values. So that's a process. It takes a while, but you see the technique I use. And if you want to adapt this technique and work on it, that's up to you. There is no shortage of YouTube videos on this kind of landscape paintings. So you have a wide variety of choices. I want to bring some highlight to this area, but at the same time I don't want to overdo it, because I want to have a glow on the snow on this side, and I need some dark. You have to create some contrast over here, so maybe a snowfall, you would say. A bit more. Adding more white to my purple and bring it in here. Just a few touches of highlight up here. With a clean brush and some of that, what do you call it, orange and white. I'm going to come here and apply some indication of snow lid over here. As I mentioned, from now on is about building up. So I'll try to show you the technique. But obviously not everything can be covered. Now for the shadow of that snow, we are still going to use purple, but much lighter value. Okay, so this side, for example, get some of that lighter purple, some shadow color. And this bush is going to get some highlight as well. So if you see cuts in the video, don't feel like you're missing anything. It's just same idea, building up, same technique. Getting some dark over there. Bringing in some more dark. And basically just building up. nothing major. So the good thing about this brush is that it gives some volume to the snow when you do it with this type of brush. Some highlights for these elements over there. I call them elements, but you know what they are. Let the viewer decide. And maybe this is catching some light as well. Maybe we exaggerate the highlight on this tree as well. With some black and raw umber, we're gonna go ahead and do the underpainting for this log over here. Very simple. Half of it is going to be buried in the snow, so we don't need to show a lot of details. With another brush, a round brush, I'm going to come over here, just apply some of that purple and white over this log, and just like that, look at that, you could create impression of snow. By shadows and highlights, you can create layers in your landscape. Just like so. And just go ahead and indicate impression. A few elements over here, maybe rocks covered up by snow. Some shadow. Still, we're gonna work with some of that purple. We're not gonna retire that purple yet. Some shadow for the snow, shadow color for the snow. A bit more of that yellow and white. Alright, with the liner brush, I'm going to come over here and re-indicate a couple of those posts that I had here, and I completely forgot where they were, but gonna approximate it. And I had another one over here, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. It's gonna create symmetry, and I don't like to create symmetry in a painting. So let's just stick with this tree over here. I had another plan for that, but I don't think it would work. It's going to be too unnatural. I don't like to create symmetry over there. So let's just go ahead, apply a few highlights for the snow over here for this log. I'm gonna come in with that yellowish orangey color and a liner brush, and we're gonna apply some snow over here, which is basically the highlighted version of it. And some impression of shadows for those posts. And of course the runners as well. Very impressionistically. And we're going to come here and fix a few areas over here too. A bit more white with that yellow. And maybe some more highlights here and there. Always soften whatever highlight you bring in. And by applying highlights, you can carve out new elements, new structure, like I just did over here. Another piece of rock maybe, and just soften that, just like that. Alright, so I'm thinking maybe if we apply some of that sunlight over here as well, it may not hurt. Just a touch. We'll see. Try it. If it doesn't work, we can always go ahead, paint over it, something like that. But I think I'm gonna stop at this stage. Obviously this painting can accept more work, but it's a YouTube video, and definitely I don't want to overdo it. I hope you like it enough to go ahead and give it a try at home. Your painting is going to look much better than mine, I'm 100% sure, because you can really spend some time on it, give it some TLC. And the channel has a Facebook group. It's a group page, it's not my personal page, by the same name, Paint Your Dream Board. If you like, if you give it a try and you paint this, you can go ahead, post it over there, share with the group. The group is small but it's growing, so you know, let's build a community together. You can do that as well. Otherwise, you know, try it at home, change it the way you like it. It doesn't have to be exact same thing, obviously. And thanks for joining me. Take care and have fun painting. Bye bye.